Welcome back. We're ready for the second game here between Cloud9 and 4ASC here in the Aces ROG Dream League. And I'm wondering, what does 4AFC need to change?
What?
I just got so confused.
4ASC.
4AFC.
4 anchors and a C captain.
Normally I make that mistake, so I was a little happy somebody else did.
Thanks. At least I said Aces ROG Dream League properly. Unlike,
To be fair,
what are you looking at me?
it's not just Lumi who does that. Sometimes James would say Aces
all
RO
season.
Dream League. He would just completely drop off
I
the
think
G.
that's his accent though.
No, I think he just doesn't know how to say G.
Fair enough. But what does 4 anchors and a C captain need to change, Lumi?
I don't know.
Because you said something about lanes. That's what I was.
Yeah, Wog and I were
for.
talking about lanes. It felt like Puck versus Ember was a really hard matchup. So I think either your Mirana needs to be match go airling every time, or at least put enough
Magical
pressure
arrows.
to force the puck back a little bit, which that didn't happen. And then the Ogre Necro lane didn't do enough against Bat. It was okay. So
Okay.
I think the mid lane just needed a little bit help.
Yeah, maybe if they prioritize JRX's heroes in the draft, because in other games he's been doing so well in the early game, and Amrani he just couldn't get anything done.
I also felt like, sorry,
No?
train of that kept going. That lineup felt like there was no pressure at all. Like the Void could do whatever he wanted to do. And that's generally how the lineups for 4ASC goes. Like they need Trixie to get Blink on Centaur. They need like an item. There was just like either Jirax goes off and does everything, or he does not do enough. There's like no middle ground.
I think that's actually a pretty fair assessment. Like in the games where he plays, like Rubik, for example, like the last couple of days, he had a really spectacular performance, and Sand King was the same way.
Earthshaker.
And then it feels like when they draft, they always require him to do that. And I think that's I don't want to say it's a wrong way to play it, but it certainly puts a lot of pressure on you, you know? Because if you don't perform up to snuff, then all of a sudden you don't really have much comeback potential. I'd say their drafts have this kind of pitfall where if they're not doing at least well in 2 places, then the other team usually has better late game than them. It seems to be a common theme that I've seen from them. And their team fighting potential is always really strong, and I think that their coordination as a team is good, but their early game is lackluster, I would say.
And so far, I mean, of course, both you, Lumi, and Shane, you said 1-1 at the start of this series. Are you still agreeing with that? Like, now that you've seen them play once, are you going to change your opinion?
Nope. I'm going to stand by what I said.
So 4ASC is going to take the next game
I think so, yeah.
because they're going to get Slug, or not?
No, I think when you're the drafter and you're drafting for your team, like there's a lot of pressure on you, and you're like, okay, well I can play this, this, and this, so I can play more heroes, so I'm going to draft myself later. But maybe in this game he gets a bit more greedy in his draft for himself and just chooses his hero earlier, and I think that could actually affect the game a lot more.
Okay, Lumi, do you agree? You can jump bandwagons if you want.
No jumping.
This is the chance to jump, or trains. Jump trains, jump bandwagons, anything. Both is dangerous, and both might lose you some cred, but it's fair enough if you win, and you know everything is allowed.
Do it.
Okay, I think 4ASC has a better chance of taking game 1 than game 2. Because that's when I believe you get somewhat figured out, or at least...
Well,
Like
they
we
didn't
saw
show
in the
much in the
previous
last
series.
game, though.
what?
You know, they didn't show much of what they're capable of in the last game.
Sure, I guess. I'm sticking with Cloud9. They just look better.
Okay, so you're sticking with Cloud9, so you're changing your...
2-0. From a
Okay.
1-1
you
to
said,
2-0.
Yeah.
I thought you said 2-0 before, no?
No?
No, I said 1-1.
Okay, so
You
everybody
said
said
2-0.
1-1.
Yeah.
Apart from you and me, we said 2-0 Cloud9. You said 2-0, didn't he?
Did I?
No, he said 1-1.
I think I said 1-1.
I said 2-0.
You're the only
Right?
one.
Okay, so you're the only one so far.
Oh, I'm
Like
right.
he's hopping
my
on
God.
your
The game's
bandwagon.
not over yet, Shiva.
So
I think, honestly, though, I really do think that 4ASC have the capability of winning. It's just about, can they change up their draft even a tiny bit? Like, just pick something that wins a lane.
Yeah.
Just pick a hero that wins the lane.
What about Lich?
seems very
That wins
safe.
the lane.
Oh, just pick Lich. Confirmed.
But
victory.
do you still stand with 1-1 then?
I will stay with 1-1.
Okay, no jumping from
Let's
you.
sync together.
And Cloud9, I mean, Cloud9 did very, very well. What do you do? Like, okay, you won a game. What do you talk about during the pause? Like, how are you going to change things up? Are you going to talk about what you're expecting the other team to change, or how do you deal with that?
Envy was complaining that he couldn't change his name to an anime name.
I
So
saw
that's
that.
what you talk about?
He wanted to be named Shirley as well, I believe.
Yeah, Shirley's a popular character.
I guess so.
It's like Illidan, so Imba, Shirley Finette. You know, why can't I be as Imba?
Yeah, so there's stuff you worry about in between games if you win.
Yeah.
But it's not about the game. Are you confident enough to
I
just...
think you've done this how many times? Like you're a professional Dota player. You play how many games a day?
But hubris comes before the fall.
That's true.
True.
I did mess that one up.
No, you didn't.
That was good, yeah. That was good. We should just go right into the game.
Yeah,
anyway, I
we're
think.
just like making the segment too long.
Yeah, but well, that's because the draft was taking a while to start, so
We're
it
good.
has just started.
Yes.
I did just get that in my ear as well, and that's why we're just gonna go into the draft. So I'm gonna leave you all and have fun with the game.
I just wanted to let you end on a high, Lumi.
Yeah, that
You
would've
know?
been-
I had your back.
Yeah, thank you.
I wanted to have that segue actually come off flawlessly for your sake, and Cloud9 are seemingly sticking to their guns here. They're just going to take out Skywrath and Sark for the second time in a row, which I think is definitely a good thing to do. I mean, it worked for them in game number 1, and I don't really think that there's any reason to change what ain't broke.
There was a Batrider ban.
Oh,
Looks like
the
we're gonna see
Brewmaster
a little
gets
bit
through,
of,
though.
Yeah, Fata Brewmaster.
Yeah, he's a monster on that hero.
Centaur, a hero that Lumi actually said that he would like to see 4A as he actually just play.
I think that's actually their most important hero.
So you think that Centaur is like so important for their mid game to just ensure that they can take engagements properly, since they don't necessarily win their laning phase?
It's like a it's like a get out of jail free card almost.
Yeah.
If you're pulling back, that's probably the easiest way to select good fights and select good ganks.
It's
Come
up there
back.
with like Naga Siren
Yeah.
and them kind of heroes.
Hey, you know, Witch Doctor, I think he's actually one of the better laners. Like, maybe not for a kill, but the harass is there. Keep you alive with the voodoo.
Okay.
His lane presence is actually, I think, one of the highest for like early game supports.
He's actually has one of the highest base damage as a
Yep.
support hero goes, right?
And he's 600 range.
Yeah.
And he has a very good heal and a stun. So I definitely like that. Looking at it now, though, Cloud9 have Brew already, which I actually think that Centaur is good against Brew, as long as the Centaur is not the one who's cycloned. Because if you actually just split, like disengaging is really important, like Limmy was talking about, just being able to set up the fight the way that you want it,
Yeah.
as opposed to him just going in and guaranteeing that he's going to disable a hero and get a free kill. So I do like that quite a bit.
Well,
and
the storm element or whatever you call it, the little Brewling,
Yeah.
he can actually dispel the Centaur ulti, I guess.
Yes,
So,
it's really hard to do that.
Because they are all fast and they're
Yeah.
running away and you have to target
but if you
it.
go invis, you run as fast.
Yeah, okay.
I think you're haste to win your invis, right?
Yeah.
522.
I think you would rather just cyclone somebody up instead of trying to dispel their haste.
Dude, what if you like threw a boulder at one guy, dispelled the other guy,
Cyclone
And
another
cyclone
guy.
tornado another guy?
And then you just like blow on your guns afterwards.
You would have to actually be like a professional like StarCraft Brood War player to do that.
The thing is, when you usually play Brewmaster as well, you automatically go to the Earth Spirit, like when you
Yes.
split, so you automatically stun. But if they're centering ulti, they'll actually get so far away by the time the stun hits that it doesn't.
Yeah, the boulder doesn't really move that fast. I wonder if they should change that. Because it kind of feels like that
Yeah.
sounds extremely weak.
Still no poke.
I mean, I think Brewmaster's already good enough, right?
No, I mean, he's a good hero, but I don't think that would break him or anything. I just think it would make it more...
Make
like-
it AoE like Sven stun.
Okay, that would be ridiculous.
Make it a RP, a targetable RP.
Instead of one rock, he just throws like a giant boulder.
Make it a
shatters
ravage.
into
It
pieces.
It could be like missiles from Tinker. You know, like they just hit 5 units in an AoE.
That's
I feel like
Rick
you shouldn't
Brewmaster
be
more.
allowed to make design decisions.
Me?
Or me. Like, we're both really awful. I've said some really clowny shit in the past.
I've sent numerous letters to Valve. They haven't responded to any.
It's unfortunate.
By the way, I contacted Mr. Icefrog about the Infinite Midas. No response was heard.
Infinite Midas?
Yes. Yet. Remember we were having a quadcast that day, and then somebody suggested like, what if you could Midas don't share cooldown, and then my eyes glue up.
I feel like I was asleep during that.
Yeah, you were. All right, Anti-Mage's gonna get the ban. Actually, I don't think I've seen Cloud9 pick AM for a long, long time.
I think AM is one of those heroes that's always just like waiting, you know? He doesn't sleep, he just waits. And he waits for that one game where the enemy team just has a little bit too little disable, and then you just pick AM, and then they're like, oh my god, we actually just lost
Yeah.
because they picked AM. You know, you've definitely had those games where you look at it and you're like, okay, we actually can't do anything to this at all. And I mean, to be honest, it kind of gives away a little bit of what 4ASC are thinking themselves, because the only reason you ban an AM is A, you're not going aggressive, because AM is actually quite easy to shut down in the laning phase.
Yeah.
And you're definitely going for a strategy that's going to involve some kind of like, not necessarily 5-man, but you're going to be grouping quite a bit. Because that's where AM really shines, because you could just be in a different place, force somebody away from your group, and then you either pick them off or you just continue to be a rat, which is quite annoying to deal with, and I think is actually quite good against 4ASC style.
I mean, there's a possibility that they're also picking into like a Morphling or a
Storm
Dusa.
Spirit.
But Morphling also counters AM.
Sure,
it's like
sure,
It's
sure.
a counter.
Dusa though, not so much.
Dusa just gets owned by AM, yes.
So maybe they did pick Dusa in the past, so we will have to see. 4Anchor is going to open up the second phase with their pick.
There's still no puck though. That surprised me. Like they picked.
Well, doesn't Fata play Brew?
Yeah, he does, but there's still Bone 7.
Bone 7 also plays offlane Puck.
Yeah.
So
And
I think Puck is actually one of their go-to hero because they have two great players for that.
Yeah, and they also have the Venge again, which we've seen quite a lot with that puck pick.
Highlight Avenge. OP. I actually think this is one of those games where, since you already have a Brewmaster on your team, that going for Aura Strat probably isn't such a horrible idea, because a lot of the times you would say that against a Centaur it's kind of iffy, because when you pick Drow into Centaur it feels like the lineup can just jump you.
I think you go Aura a different way. You go the Doom Aura.
Yeah, that could be
Safe
good
lane
too,
Doom,
actually.
Brewmaster, Vengeful Spirit. Suddenly you're looking at speed,
Oh, I know.
damage.
I actually really like 4 Anchors draft now, because every time they pick that Prophet, I'm actually really impressed by it.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what we all said, right? You need some objective pushing.
Yeah.
You need some better laning, and that Prophet gives you both. So I like it.
Does Envy play safe lane PA at all?
I guess so.
I'm sorry, I just overheard something Envy said. I just, the way that he said it was hilarious.
What do you say?
He goes, Offline Panda is actually the worst shit in the game. That's what he said.
So
I might have been paraphrasing a tiny bit, but it's pretty close to something like that.
Okay.
Bone
It just made
7
me
is.
laugh.
Bone 7's like, please, can I play
No,
Planet?
Bone 7, I think he said Legion is pretty decent. How is Legion in this draft so far?
I mean, Legion is always good in
Ooh.
games where you
Did
want to
you
be
hear
able
that?
to just focus
What?
one hero.
Envy just said, I think Void gets picked here, by the way. And they
No, he
mirrored
said
it.
I think Void is good. That's what he said.
Oh my god. It's the refresher
so this is
Elder
gonna be
Titan
one of those-
Nagasiren.
Oh, boys. Let's get some water.
Yeah.
Is this Lumi
Pause.
hype or is this
No.
Lumi sad?
It's pause. Let me pause.
I hate Cloud9 Nagas.
But I mean, this is 4ASC adapting, right? They're adapting the situation at hand. They realized that last game they picked a lineup that they, I think was relatively within their comfort zone, and it didn't work. Like, just flat out did not work. They lost their lanes pretty hard. They didn't really make a good mid-game transition. Envy had free farm, basically. They were all over him with Void, and there was nothing they could do. So now we got significantly better laning, I would say, at least at 4ASC this time. And we're looking at probably another support for them, whereas Cloud9 probably need a
Offlaner or
Offlaner,
or
yeah.
support maybe.
I'm guessing offlane, actually. I don't think I've seen Bone 7 play much ET, unless he's playing Panda.
Yeah, no, I think this is AOE Elder Titan.
Yeah, that's what I think as well.
So
So
do you think the song just hard counters what 4ASC could do with their ults?
No, not
Like
really.
Centaur run in song.
Yeah,
Centaur disengage song.
that's what we were saying.
Faceless Chrono
Well-
team song.
Yeah, but you just fear the Naga instead.
Right, well, there's Avenge for that too. I mean, I'm just saying there's a lot of ways for Cloud9 to respond to any type of aggression from 4ASC.
Okay.
I do feel like, in
It's
a
a
way, that
similar
Naga
hero,
Siren
definitely.
song is a bit easier to use than Sphere, because all you have to do is be like in the general vicinity, and
Right.
song is already effective, whereas the Sphere has to be placed properly. But I just think that like Void and Death Prophet together with Centaur, like those are 3 gigantic team fight abilities, like game ending.
Sure.
What
Literally
about
game-ending.
we haven't seen Darkseer a lot. I think he wouldn't be half bad for Cloud9 here. 'Cause you have the Brewmaster to make the space in the mid game. I don't know. I think it's okay.
I don't really like the problem I have with Darkseer is I don't think he serves a distinct purpose. Like,
Well-
he buys a mech and he kind of does okay in most of his lanes, but
Huh?
I never really see like a giant impact Darkseer. You know what I mean? He's just kind of there. It's very seldom that you see like these huge vacuum wall combos that are just like, super
Ooh,
amazing.
yeah. Game
look
breaking.
at this. Stream Protector. I like.
Is this Jerex on Treant? I presume.
I presume so.
Is it one of these boots?
Boots first, beat you down. Stream Protector.
yeah. I hope it is.
I mean,
At least
I'm-
see it as legit.
Okay, this definitely shores up their lane, right? I don't think they're losing any of their lane though, just based on the matchups.
I think Darkseer becomes better here again. I don't know why I'm thinking Darkseer, but like melee
kinda cool with ET.
melee Void ET combo with Nagasiren setup.
You have the song to set you up too,
Yeah.
so it's.
It gets rid of the Treant armor.
I don't think I've seen Bone 7 play Dark
Yeah,
Seer before, so
I have. And as far as I remember, it wasn't pretty.
Okay, so not a good Dark Seer.
All right,
Well,
what if
the
they
work
PA
against.
and just to support Elder Titan brew off lane?
Yeah, that's what PA is extremely good with Elder
But
Titan.
offlane brew is actually the worst shit.
I know.
To quote
Just stuff that Envy says.
Envy things.
Oh, nice.
Jakira offlane, that's tried and true. Pretty good against the living armor. Gives you a little bit of push. Ice Path into the Chronosphere is not bad.
Set up with the Naga Siren for the Jakiro spells as well.
I think their team fight is actually very strong on Cloud9 as well. But a lot of it's very dependent on making sure that the ET hits a splitter.
Yeah, I feel like the execution is very difficult on Cloud9 side.
Yeah, I would agree.
Apart from the song, like every hero, you kind of have to like place your spells almost perfectly, whereas Treant just presses a button and stuns everything. Stampede is used and everybody runs fast.
Yeah.
I think Cloud9 needs to play much better during the team fight portion of the game.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Fair assessment. But at the same time, it's like if Matumbaman doesn't get good spheres, I think Cloud9's turnaround potential is quite high. Like defensive swaps, ET, Brew, Song. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that just completely decimates a team fight if you mess up.
If you're 4 anchors and a sea captain here, why did you pick Treant? Like what's the logic behind it? So they pick a Naga Siren who like usually gets Radiance, that kind of stuff. I don't
know. Maybe they're just thinking that this is another hero who actually does help them to a certain degree win their lanes.
Okay.
And I don't think the roaming of Cloud9 is really that strong. So maybe having like extra tree armor in lane, play a bit more aggressive in your mid, make sure that you actually win your lanes decently hard. Because when you have heroes like Void, we saw last game how important it is to actually just get a good start. When Envy had like Mask of Madness treads Maelstrom really, really fast, like just being able to accrue that amount of farm in such a short amount of time makes a huge difference. So
what
Treant,
about
I think benefits that.
the tree and armor to counter the Elder Titan? Like, sure, he removes all your armor, but if you have tree and armor on top of it, and he doesn't do any damage over time.
Yeah, I think it's really like the Jakiro is the only person on the team who actually eats through the armor, which is a really good point. And also, if they can manage to have like at least a stable early game, they could probably keep their tier 1s alive for a very long time. The only person who's really going to be able to do much again is Jakiro. So it's going to be pretty reliant on how well 4ASC can stop this Jakiro from getting what he needs. But it looks like right now it's actually just going to be Centaur in the bottom lane.
Yeah,
it's a 3 lane, yeah.
In a straight up 1v1, I think Jakiro will easily have that lane. Liquid Fire spam is just the most annoying thing to deal with. And sure, there's some armor to give you some heal, but yeah, Jakiro's going to get free farm.
And you're not doing a dual lane, but are we? Like we saw EG do?
I don't think it's necessary, actually. But might be he will just go there to get better experience. Like run it at 2-1-2.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm still like pretty curious about the stream pick. I don't think it's a necessary pick. If you're offlaning a Centaur, you could say, you know what, I'm going to guarantee the fact that he could get good level and good farm. But they're not offlaning it, so.
I think he's roaming.
Yeah, also roaming tree is just questionable because...
When it works gloriously, though.
Yeah, but when it doesn't work, you have a level 2 tree in like 6 minutes in the game. And he really needs at least level 2, 3, 4. Overgrowth is very welcome early into the game.
So think about this offensive tri lane here from 4 anchors. They have the Witch Doctor heal and the Treant armor and the Treant heal.
Yep. You're not going to kill this trialing.
Well, at level 1, they're quite weak, I think.
Yeah, but right now I think Cloud9's got the miserable block. So they need to actually pull the creeps back, and Envy's done a successful job in doing so. They need to stack pull. They need to do everything in their power to get the creep equilibrium back. Unfortunately, AI just blocked his own spawn on the left side.
How many games of Naga has Envy played? Do you know? It's quite a lot, isn't it?
You mean Envy?
Or Envy, sorry.
Yeah, quite a lot. But he generally play mid. And I think Aoi actually purposely blocked that camp, so there is no pull to left side. That will starve the offensive tri lane's level intake.
Yeah, I don't know. This is going to be a really clowny lane, because I actually think the support duo of Tree Witch Doctor is much stronger than Elder Titan Venge. Like, in the sense that if you don't let Cloud9 spam you, you should be able to actually just force the supports away pretty easily. I don't think Naga Siren versus Void is really that lopsided either way. It's relatively even.
Yep. Actually, they're going to maybe make it for a go. Leech C to open things up, to jump in.
Ooh.
He's dead. Level 1 first blood. Nicely done.
He's punching so hard.
He is. He's got boots. Return kill, but obviously getting the first blood, still pretty good start here for 4ASC.
So I guess when your Spirit hits like 3 heroes and a bunch of creeps, even if it's only level 1, you staple pretty hard.
He did 50 extra damage, like, holy crap.
That was pretty insane. So I guess when you commit that hard to getting a kill, probably end up trading 1-for-1. But again, first blood going the way of 4ASC, so definitely coming out on top.
In terms of the mid lane, pretty gonna be a wash, I imagine. You farm, I farm, we take runes and things like that. And I think bottom lane is where the differential will come in. Bone 7 has the lane advantage. In fact, he's leveling up Dual Breath. What's your thought on that instead of Liquid Fire, which is essentially free harass?
Well, I mean, ideally, you're just going to level them both, right?
Yeah.
And I don't think that putting the extra point into the Liquid Fire early matters that much if your sole purpose is to get the hero that you're laning against low. Because if you go just 2 points in a Dual Breath, and then 4 and 5, you put Liquid Fire, and then 6, you get Macro Pyre, Ice Path, or whatever your preference is, your build still ends up being the same.
Yep.
And this build actually does more damage in lane, as if you want to try to like harass or go for
Trixie is doing really, really well in this lane, actually.
Yeah, Trixie's got Tranquil Boots, you know, so he's kind of got off the hard part. Now it's just going to CS your way to a Blink Dagger. And as per usual, this is a lineup that needs Trixie Blink before he gets going.
But in this case, like, I think they're okay with that.
Yeah, I mean, like there's a plan B in this case. Like you can steal 5-mana tower with Void and Exorcism. You don't need to fight your way back, but
They have a really, really nice setup for the Exorcism as well. Like, they have the Chronosphere, they have the Witch Doctor ulti on top of that, and the Centaur to set it all up as well. Boogie.
are they gonna make a go? This should be a pretty difficult goal. Pylai Dai gotta be very careful. Despite the 4 base armor, Treen's got boots, so
I think you actually want to go for Howie instead of going for the Venge.
He has Stomp now, though.
Yeah, but the problem is Howie has boots. That's really the biggest issue.
yeah.
Like Pylai didn't have boots, so when they went on him last time, it was a really easy kill. Just that Aoi does so much damage that if you leave him alone, he's going to be the one who's actually making the trades in terms of
Oh,
overall
Aoi's out of
damage.
position.
Cass is bouncing to the neutrals and back to Aoi. He's
the
actually
coconut.
dead. The Stomp, will it come off? It
Leech
will
Seed.
come off, but it looks like the Leech Seed drain, and he denies himself to a Treen Protector. Very unlucky for Cloud9. They're beating on Pylai Dai, and they might actually get him. One last hit will do it, and the range attack from Boogie will do the job.
Oh, the courier middle! Fata walks in with DD and kills the courier.
And he's
Holy crap.
laughing pretty loudly about that too. All right, that's a big win because the bottle was on the courier. Valix did not get the bottle.
Oh, that's
boy.
huge.
That hurts a lot, actually. I mean, he was winning the lane up until that, I would say.
Yeah, definitely.
And now all of a sudden it's like, well, I don't have any more mana
He
regen.
DD crit the courier, did he? Holy crap.
I mean, still, that shouldn't happen, right? Like, you should.
It was a miss micro, yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunate for sure. Look, there's a small rotation here from 4ASC. Probably going to try to kill Bone 7. He does not have a TP.
Don't have
But
Stampede
there's a
either.
rotation as well from Pylai Dai. They're going to
Well,
catch him first.
Pylai Dai's gonna eat this gank, and
Gang.
know.
Hashtag tank.
Oh, they might get... Okay,
yeah, Bone 7
They
needs
have
to get
Leech
out there.
Seed.
They have
Treant's
Stampede.
really fast.
Oh, unfortunately, because Witch Doctor was there.
He stole the experience.
Yeah, so the experience for the
On
Stampede.
middle lane. Valak's going to be in some trouble here. Aoi coming in for the stomp. Center ulti actually getting Valak away for the time being. Jerax is here trying to throw out a Leech Seed to heal him up. Healing him up for the time being. Is it going to be enough to keep him alive? Nope. Not enough.
Oh god, the nail in the coffin there.
A casual Batman recycle. It's like, stay up there for 6 seconds.
I mean, it feels like one of the old Trixie. Barely getting away.
When we were talking about the draft and we were saying that they didn't actually have any damage over time, I completely forgot about the Fire Panda.
Yeah, I mean, there is damage over time on that, but it's not like a super fast damage over time. Like, Ion Shell deals the damage the fastest
Yeah.
of like anything else.
I mean,
You have like Veno and Jakiro and heroes like that who are pretty much on the same page.
Liquid Fire and Dual Breath is just more than enough, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, and now with every second that Trixie is not in the lane, Bone 7 is just melting your tower.
He has so much farm.
Liquid Fire is just a broken ability, man. I don't know.
Do you think they should cost like 10 mana or something?
I think it should cost mana, yeah. I'm just not sure how much.
Jerax coming in against Pylai Dai. Is Pylai Dai sick of this Treen yet?
I feel like when you're playing Venge against Tree, you don't really do anything to him.
Yeah.
You can't ever trade. Your stuns don't really do enough damage to be threatening. You just kind of
Oh, Matumba tried to salve top.
Yeah.
It got cancelled. That's so unfortunate.
immediately canceled.
He's getting thrown to the wolves now. They're like, okay, we've given you a few levels. Now you should be able to offlane like safely.
Yeah, and even if he gets level 6, first of all, he doesn't have the mana to be threatening. Second of all, he doesn't have any hero to combo with that
Yeah, he doesn't have any damage.
Chrono. So unless it's like, what, a DP TP, just hop and drops 2 Crypt Swarm, maybe they get killed like that, but...
Trixie's still just farming. I think it's all when Trixie gets his Blink Dagger.
Yeah.
The next like 5 minutes after that are all up to him. You know what I mean? Or whoever, like up to Jarax calling the shots on what to do with the.
It
Blink
feels,
Dagger.
yeah, I don't know why, but 4AFC always gets into this like slump, right?
Yeah.
They're leading in kills, so it should be good, but you know, it just does not feel like enough. Cloud9 Zero are just dangerous simply by existing and farming on the map, whereas we're saying, you know, 4AFC needs to get these gangs, they need to push these towers.
Jarax getting a lot of experience here in the jungle though.
I think like being level 4 at 8 minutes is
It's okay.
it's decent, but the thing is he actually has 2 kills and Arcane, so I can't really say that he's underleveled because he's actually been doing stuff.
Yeah.
It's just always, it's been a while since I've seen a tree, so I always look at tree and I'm like, man, I feel like he should be level 5 or close to 6 by now.
Holy
you know?
crap. 8-minute Blink Dagger picked up on Fata.
Team man chasing down Owie here. They're using the Stampede for this. He's even going to get
Nice.
speared on top
Song.
of that.
Well,
Yeah, stopping it from doing damage for the time being. Owie
it's a Regoose.
shambling away. They want to try to turn and burn here. He's
Oh.
trying to bait Tumble Man into hitting him. Yeah, he's dead.
Oh
So-
god.
he wants to get the bash. Oh, the bash lord. Okay.
Oh my god, level 3.
Owie was not pleased about that.
Well, they used 2 ultimates, and I thought they weren't going to get that kill. Meanwhile, tier 1 bottom is in deny range. I wonder if they'll just heal up and deny it, or deny it.
I think you heal it. I mean, safe lane
try,
tier
yeah.
1's a really good tower to have.
All right, they'll heal it up.
I really think they need to actually let Jerax get like level 7 though. Like he really needs levels.
When do you rotate on Fata with this? He has DD, Blink Dagger, and a TV scroll. What? You clear
I mean,
out this mid
basically,
lane and
as
just
soon
go
as you see an
now?
opportunity, you go. I think he might just end
Yeah,
up going
go
bottom.
now, yeah.
He is. Okay.
By the way, I think out of all of our 8 teams, Cloud9 by far talks the loudest.
They talk so much as well.
I could barely hear Andy. That's how loud they talk.
And they all talk at the
Just turn
same
your
time.
in-ear up, dude.
I mean, my in-ear is turned on.
No, I said turn it up, not on.
Yeah, it's also up.
Okay.
It's just that they talk so loudly on my other ear that it drowns out the
Wait,
voice.
would you move your head like
Yeah.
the other way?
It's fine.
It's kind of interesting that though. Like different teams talk different amounts.
Bottom tower has fallen.
I don't know. I think that having like active communication like that is actually really important for a team. Like some teams are extremely quiet.
Yeah, they are.
during
Yeah.
every stage of the game.
VP,
Yeah.
how do you think about Naga's item build here? Arcane Boots. I mean, I guess he's not mid, so his mono regen needs to be...
He wants the more
He-
map uptime. Like,
Right, he also has a bottle.
I think arcanes are actually very effective when you have bottle. Like, you always drop your arcanes to make sure that when you're bottling, you get the most amount of mana
Yeah.
out of it, and you can be a lot more liberal with your Riptide spam and your illusions that help you get
Oh.
to whatever item you're making faster, whether it be Radiance or what have you. So
Yep.
I actually think that it's fine. And most of the time, Naga Sirens don't even finish
Oh
their
god,
boots
look at
anyway
this
for
reach
quite a
around
while, so.
from Cloud9. They've got
Well,
haste in the
they're
bottom.
going into Chrono, so it's somewhat dangerous. They're and Stampede as well. A little bit of deny. D-ward action here happening on the mid lane.
They want to defend. Okay. Just one liquid fire takes Matumba Man down like.
This is a very costly push. Two
Oh,
Cloud9
Fata,
hero,
he
and here we
wants to
go.
win.
Fata's going in.
Immediate Centaur ulti.
There's the rockets chasing!
Are they gonna chase into this? They're gonna dispel on Valix, Cyclone one, and oh, there goes that push.
Well, I mean, yeah, they stopped the push, but the tower is very close to deny range right now.
Yep. Meanwhile, AI 2000 has been just farming on the bottom lane.
I mean, the
Apparently,
thing
Envy is about to ult. Blink clap. Are they gonna just go in right now? The Chrono's gonna go right on. The ult's gonna come out here.
Oh,
And that will kind of disengage for now, but I
Did
think
they
Matumba
fight?
Man is the focus. Who is the focus? I'm not sure, but they're going to go right here on the big clump on the mid lane. They want one, they want the other. Cloud9 really not focus firing on the right target. Blink clap again. It's on the center of everything. Double edge
the heals.
will melt. The heals are keeping some people alive, but it's the majority of 4AFC deaths. Ice Path will not hit on Valix, and it looks like the turn's going to go the other way. Crypt Swarm's going to get one kill. The Cloud not going to hit. So at the end of the day, it's a 3-4-2 trade with basically every single ultimate expended.
Dang. Naga
That
lives
sphere
though.
was very, like, if the sphere had been even hitting 2 heroes or just caught Envy, I think the fight would have been a lot easier because as soon as the sphere came out, there was no follow-up on anyone. And even if you can't deal damage to the Naga Siren yourself in the sphere, your team can at least try to kill somebody else because you're not going to get songed.
Yep.
So I really think that he needs to focus on trying to make sure that either the DP silence hits so the song doesn't go off, or he needs to get sphered.
Yeah, and it's going to
Otherwise,
get worse because once Venge gets that level 6, even when the song hits Envy, or even when the sphere hits Envy, you could swap him out and
Yeah.
then song.
Yeah.
Well, it's quite difficult to level 1 swap actually.
That's true. Depending on where Envy
What is it, like
Yeah.
750 range or something? 700?
It's tiny.
Top initiation. And this is kind of what we talked about, right? Trixie gets a... Ooh.
Nice dodge, but
Well.
he has stick. That last second stick.
Well, he's going to get
got
double
him
edge.
snare.
The TPs are really slow. That one at least.
On 7 with the Yule Scepter.
Okay, maybe he'll get a return kill here. Jirax taking a ton of burn damage.
He has his ulti.
Dude, look at the damage over time.
It's ridiculous.
Oh, Trixie's nearby. He goes in, throws out the stomp, has a double edge at his disposal, but I don't think it's enough to kill right now on Bone 7. He might
He
actually
has
be
Yules in 6
trouble.
seconds.
Oh, the offensive
he's dead.
Yule into a clap. Silence is going to be there. Ice Path hits onto 2. Where's the support coming in from Cloud9? Fata is on the back line here. He's got Blink Clap. Valix is, I guess, the target here.
His TP was on cooldown.
Well, Blink Clap's going to come in. Ultimate's going to get used as well to secure this kill. A ton of trades going in the favor. Well, I'm not sure if it's so much in the favor of 4AFC, but being able to bait out this ultimate,
Losing that profits a bit.
yeah, it's a bit bad. Back on the bottom lane here. Looks like we see a jump into an immediate TP back out from Matumba Man. Okay. A lot of clowning fights back and forth.
Really is, and Envy's actually gone all in with the Radiance recipe, so he goes... Like, do you think deciding to go Radiance this early and buying the recipe is always a good thing? Like, you've committed now, you know what I mean?
Well,
Instead of waiting to see how it pans out in the next, like, 2-3 minutes?
if you look at the side of 4ASC, their D push basically consists of, I guess, the Death Prophet and
Centaur.
Centaur. Yeah, I mean, in Centaur, in reality, he's only good at D pushing if you want to consistently expend health to do so.
Yeah.
So I think it's still a fair choice, but at the same time, I don't know if the timing is going to be fast enough.
Yeah,
That's my
he's,
biggest concern.
he's forced to really fight a lot with the rest of his team. So,
Yeah.
and I think on the mid lane where looks like Drax gonna deny zone ward. I know, it's gonna give it to them.
The whole time, Bone 7's just chipping away at your towers as well. Like, sure, you have the Treant armor to protect it from that, but it must be quite annoying.
I also feel that Cloud9 has been using the map a little bit better. Like, look at how deeply Cloud9 could push on the bottom lane. That's gonna force Trixie to be here. You're only pushing with 3 or 4 top, but I mean,
Trixie can't fight top now because he's so low on health.
yeah. I mean, I don't think there is gonna be a fight because Cloud9 seems to be giving it for free.
They don't have Brew Split, and Venge has no mana, so yeah.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
They're not going to defend top, I guess.
Yeah.
No,
Giving it up.
Dire's top
no interest in that.
has fallen.
This
I mean-
pace of the game is really favoring 4ASC. They're getting objectives. It feels like whenever Exorcism is up, they'll take these fights. And whenever Exorcism is down, they're going to go for ganks.
Yeah.
And they're getting everything that they want.
Oh, Bone 7 might be in trouble. Matumba Man has chrono in 8 seconds.
Oh, Stampede.
Okay, they just like everything to
Kill
Bone 7.
him.
Yeah.
Hashtag worth.
Yeah, I think it's
Got him.
actually worth.
Oh, another courier kill up top. Fata wanted the DP.
Wait, did Valix kill the courier again? Oh no, 1,400 worth. What
What was
that?
on
No,
it?
Radiance Courier died.
Yeah,
Oh, you mean like he
No,
actually
no.
got it killed again?
yeah, he does the second time.
Yeah, okay. I'm a little tired.
Yeah, me too, dude. It's off.
Radiant's middle tower is under
And we got a Naga game ahead of us. Let's do this.
Yeah, I mean, you guys got me. Don't even worry.
Aight.
We can both actually just fall asleep and Lumi will just hype cast the game the whole time by himself.
Oh my god, he's hitting some creeps in the jungle right now. Let's check his gold. 1,600, boys. He's halfway there.
That's not half of 1,800. I thought you were a math major.
Oh, shut up.
The hype is gone.
The hype is gone.
Immediately.
Frown face on.
In the bottom jungle, Trixie gets initiated upon. I mean, well, actually,
I think he's...
can he just do the walk away?
No.
He's getting healed. He's getting blinked. The
Nice.
walk away is real.
The Earth Spirit Panda
Can
kind
you
of...
try
Alright.
to turn this? I think Boogie's gonna die though.
He's gonna bite the bullet.
Maybe if he can invis him.
No,
No mana for Blink Strike.
Nature Disguise, OP, OP.
they need to get out of there.
Do you know what was on the courier?
I do not.
1,400 gold.
I would assume it's a plate mail.
Yeah. That's a fair call.
because of
That's the only item that costs 1,400 gold.
Yeah, but it could have been multiple items.
well, more so I think Playmail is probably the item you want to get against all this minus armor and the Astral Spirit, or the Natural Order.
Sometimes I'm so impressed by you, Lumi.
I'm not surprised.
So casual.
The look he gave me as well was awesome.
All right, so Stomp on 2 here. Bottom lane. No follow-up, though. I mean, with Matumba Man having a Midas, it's like he's going to have Maelstrom soon. He could go transition into Mask of Madness after the fact, and then suddenly you have a Void who is just as scary as Envy was in the last game.
Yeah.
And I still feel as though Envy is still very far away from having a real impact. The problem with going Radiance is that against heroes like Void, you're still going to die in a Sphere. And you need like 1 or 2 items in addition to Radiance to really become an impact for your team.
When you have Death Prophets doing what they're doing right now,
Yeah.
like Void doesn't need to
Top tower is
do that much because of the amount of damage the Ghosts do at this stage of the game. And
Yeah,
they al-
Voids just need to be a walking chrono.
Exactly, and they also have the Centaur to choose their fights really well. So even if Void gets caught out of position,
Dire's bottom
they can still evacuate the premises.
Yep.
Evacuate the dance floor. Well played, well played.
Radiant's top tower
Yeah, Cloud9 didn't really get much out of that tower defense. Like, they defended 4 versus 5, which normally is good if you're, for example, MV is doing something in between, like farming, but it looks like he was just healing in the fountain. So
Oh, they're
MV,
gonna get stumped. No.
MV needs to pick up the farm speed and get that Radiance.
Is this always the best way to, like at this, when you have very little stat items, to use all your illusions at once to do the most damage to the creep?
I'm not sure. I'm not a Naga scumbag, so I don't know.
I failed miserably this year. I don't mind microwing heroes. It's just, I don't know, but it just takes too long to do anything.
Yeah. I mean, I queue Dota to have fun, maybe
Yeah.
learn something about the game, but you know. And there is not. I apologize
I don't
if
know.
I
I
offended
don't
any
really-
Naga players out there.
I don't think Naga is really that hard to micro. I think it's all about your awareness. Because
No,
your,
I don't think so either. I'm
your
just-
ability to split push is basically solely dependent on your awareness and
Yeah.
like how much you can get away with, your radiance timing, stuff like that. It's all really important. So I think his radiance is probably done, really soon. So he'll have it at like 20 minutes, basically.
Yeah,
Which is still quite fast considering he went like bottle and arcanes.
Well, there's also something to be said about the way that you move your illusions. Like, for example, shout out to Miracle, one of the best Naga players. You just like at a stage of the game, you send all your Nagas, one in each lane, right in front of the tier 3.
Yeah.
As soon as they walk out, you Riptide, they're just dead to Radiance, and your illusion right clicking. When
also-
you could do it like that, 4SC just can't do anything.
Radiance
So-
Online. 20 minutes.
I'm not sure if it's going to get to that part and that stage of the game, but Radiance is on, so we're going to see an acceleration in farm, but that doesn't mean anything because there's a lot of item to farm towards to.
So Fat has gone for the early Vlads, and they're going to do Roshan. That's pretty smart, to be honest.
Yeah, I think really Roshan allows you to, like, normally against Void teams, you have these situations where you kind of really want a team fight, but it's just so scary, like fighting into
Yeah.
Sphere and Death Prophet ulti, that you feel like if your one core hero dies, that the fight's just immediately over. But having an A just gives you the opportunity to kind of reset the fight in a way.
Oh, here comes the jump. That could be real here. Bone 7.
That's
A just gets picked up here, and the Chrono self-cyclone here, but he's definitely going to get like just one hit bash, and then the Ghost just kill him. Stampede's already used. They still got Overgrowth.
Chasing, I think.
Highlight Die's a little bit caught out here. And looks like they always just sack Highlight Die. Give them the
Beautiful.
2 kill. And I think if you're for AC, you just look for one more objective.
You get a tower.
Yeah, you
mid-tower
get the
maybe?
mid tier too.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, MV did not prep illusions on the mid and push that one out.
He's still struggling with the mana problems, even though he has gone Arcane Boots bottle.
Yeah, he hasn't actually. The bottle hasn't actually done much, right? He hasn't got runes to refill it much.
There's a nice tasty regen rune top. If he had a little peek there.
That's true. I really like what Trixie's doing here. He's kind of like the hardest to kill hero, so he's gonna go into the enemy jungle,
He's
challenge
doing tricksy
and
things.
yeah,
He doesn't actually have any mana to stomp though.
it's
He's
okay.
really farmed, actually.
Double edge is free.
He's almost got enough for a pipe if he wants to buy it. I'm not sure if pipe is really the greatest choice, but I'm just saying.
He
you know?
can. It's
He
possible.
can. He wants.
What a bit of Vlad's on him.
Radiant's top tower
I don't know if Lance is really that good this early. I mean, sure, they have a couple of heroes that
Void
benefit
as
from the
well.
lifesteal. The armor's okay against ET, but I think Do they have a mech? I don't think they do.
No,
I don't know if you can even go mech on Centaur because
I don't- I really
is
don't.
so high.
it's hard anyway. Maybe
I think
if
if you could fit a mech on somebody, that would be ideal.
Dead Prophet's just rushing up the ice. It's fairly standard these days. Holy crap.
Some next level backstep smoke gang, but Trixie's like just doing the noob thing, pushing out top. You know, like
Yeah.
everybody's missing. I'm gonna just keep pushing, but that actually turned out to be
doing the
the,
exact same thing there.
yeah, it turned out to be the right play.
Oh, they send. I heard a centaur ult in my ear, but I'm actually hallucinating. Or what's it called when you hear sounds you don't hear? Imagining things? Oh.
Imagining things.
No, well, you know what I mean. Like if you hallucinate with your eyes, what happens if you hear things that aren't real?
Can you hallucinate with your ear as well? It's just your senses, right?
I don't
I'm
know.
not actually sure. I don't know enough about it to dispute it.
Please help.
I'm
Twitch.
Andy is about like, Andy's.
I'm talking about.
You guys are about
hearing
to
with
be
my eyes.
falling asleep and dead.
Dude, do you have any idea how long I've been awake?
Yeah,
It's bad. It's so bad.
no problem. You got me. So I do want to point out Valix's item build. This is like the most kind of cost-effective way to make sure your hero gets tankier and tankier. You don't finish any of them with big item, but plus 10 armor and then getting more raw health. That's
Yeah.
good. But normally you don't see pro players do this because you're sinking a lot of gold, you're using a lot of inventory slots, and you don't have the big item pay for
You
it.
don't have the actives.
Yeah. Trixie misses a stomp, and Pylai dies and gets to live.
So does he just go Heart Shivas or does he go for Atos?
I like
That's my
Harshivas,
question.
especially the pace of this game.
Yeah.
You rather go for like the bigger items.
I actually think DP is really good against Elder Titan. Gonna see the Cyclone here, top side of the
Ooh,
woods.
Stampy's
He pops
already
the
been
ulti.
used.
Yes, force.
He's gonna get ensnared as well. Force that forward.
The blink dagger.
Uh-oh.
Seems to be okay.
Can he
for the
actually
time
song? He gets swapped away, but the Ghost and the Death Ward's gonna be there. Pylai Die's gonna get blown up as well. And not only that, Aoi's on the run. He's got Yule Scepter in about 4 seconds. Teleportations are coming in, but
About to get
Cloud9's
stunned?
doing the classic patented 1-by-1, and they're all getting wrecked right now. They'll run away for now, but this is going to be yet another objective if 4AFC could push quickly enough.
Do you know I actually felt bad for Cloud9 the amount you kind of flamed them? And then I was upstairs talking to Envy, and he was watching the show down here,
Uh-huh.
and he flamed you so hard.
I know, right? You got this.
So hard. I was like, okay, let me
You
complain them all
guys
they want.
definitely have a hate-hate relationship.
It's beautiful.
Something that I have not been able to replicate with any of my friends. Usually they love to hate me.
Yeah, and then you love to hate them.
It's true. It's all true. So they're running into the issue, really, of just not having the sustained damage needed to be able to take out the core heroes of 4ESC. It's almost like last game.
Ooh. Envy, though,
Uh-oh.
getting blown up. He needs a song. He'll get it off. Ooh. Do the walk away.
The song of his people.
And the clap's going to hit right on target.
Nice club.
Well, that's 2 minutes without the ult.
He actually disassembled his arcane boots and went for bots.
Yeah.
Which is interesting.
Standard enough.
Stampede's going to get used.
Center ulti.
Not disengage Stampede,
Trixie.
but Trixie. There's 2 Yule Scepters up using. Oh, can you just straight up TP? No. Yeah, with 2 Yule Scepters on Cloud9, using it as a disengage method is.
It's not
quite,
ideal.
Well, they
yeah.
even committed split just to make sure they killed him, which I don't know if it was entirely worth it. I guess they have a Jakiro, though, so pushing into the tier 1 is going to be quite easy for them.
No, I don't think they mind too much. With the center down, it's very hard for 4 anchors to actually engage.
Yeah, Matumba Man's got some serious gear as well. He can decide to go in if he wants to. He's got that.
He's got this.
Maelstrom Master
He's drunk
Madness.
though. You know what I mean?
He's just had a few.
Tipsy.
Don't
When
be that
there's this
guy.
kind of like haze of alcohol around you, you haven't just had a few.
Oh, come on. I want like a pig pen style aura of like alcohol. It's like all the time. That would be a cool effect, actually. And Dota.
Yeah,
I guess that's kind of what it is, isn't it?
sort of.
Alex finishing the hearts.
Okay, Valix is really tanky now.
So in a game like this where it feels really slow, as a player, like where do you search for direction? Like do you just kind of hit creeps?
This is when I tell my teammates to smoke and get pick.
Well, I do think that there's some emphasis on 4SC trying to at least get the last outer tier towers. Like, you don't really want to let the Naga get to the next items totally unhindered. Like you want to kill tier 2s. You want to try to go for Roche.
Yeah, they've been aggressively
Nice
ganking
voice
her. Trixie gonna be okay. Blink crit.
He still has ulti.
Stampede's gonna get used.
Yeah,
Most of these Stampedes have been used pretty defensively.
I don't think that's too bad. Matumba Man's farming this whole time.
That's true. Void versus Naga. Late game.
I think it just depends on who catches who. Like if you know which one of the
TP.
Naga Sirens is real, you kill it. Trixie getting quite low here, force staffing the side, dodging the back.
Oh, the
fire.
coconut.
is so real.
But the Envy Song is here. They need to get back, because if they get Chrono now, it's going to look pretty bad. And there's nothing.
Matumba Man wanted blood so
I can hear
hard.
Envy say, get back, get back, get back. I'm going to TP. It's actually pretty nice to get to watch the players play.
Yeah, it really is.
Like I'm out of here. I'm battling. I'm happy that the pro players have the same mentality as like sometimes we do in pubs. It's like there's no winning this. I'm out of here. Godspeed. Good luck, everyone.
I've never
That's
said-
actually
I've
the right
never
play
said
in
that.
a lot of times, you know?
No, they didn't say that exactly, but they had the mentality of just like, okay, we need to run. Like now. Like I will let you die to run.
That's my problem, I think, when I play pubs. It's never, ever on my mind. It's always like, try and fight. See what happens.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Oh, just got a little bit spooky here in top lane. Matumba Man and Malix both up here. Axis and Pop, they do have Sphere still, in case Cloud9 thinks about trying to make any sort of counterplay
Look
here.
how much
But
Jakiro
damage the
doing some-
Radiance is doing. And the Elder Titan, that combination. Because
Dire's top
of the natural order, the Radiance does so much more damage.
yeah, that's a good point, actually. You get spammed really hard by that.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
But I mean, is it going to be enough forever to just spam out the
Oh!
Void and all those heroes
Chasing
like
Bone 7. Bone 7 was been trying to backdoor just T1 for like the last 30 seconds.
Envy's here to back him up.
Well, Stampede's already used, so you know reinforcements coming really, really fast. And they'll ignore Trixie.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Okay, so Envy's kind of been left to do whatever he wants now. He was just chilling in the Radiant jungle. But
Well, not
really-
complete free farm, because every time he's farming jungle, like a centaur comes out
Yeah.
and just like stomps him. So, and he's still at an HP level where he's very killable. They see Valix.
He still has 70 more CS than Void, though.
I don't know. I feel like Matumba Man, sure he has less CS, but he has a Midas.
Oh,
And
another song activated here. Looks like one's going to go for Valix.
That
Ice
movement
Path actually going to be off the mark. Song ends up getting canceled. They ensnare Valix. Should be able to kill him, no problem.
Thought that with the pole to the face.
Yeah. He's opted to go for the Aura Panda, which I think is pretty solid.
I mean-
Obviously affects the split, and your team kind of needs armor against Void.
Well, also the minus armor, again with Elder Titan.
Yeah.
this game is going so late that it's fine. Highlight Die's got a gem, so
Oh.
Jirax's in a little bit of trouble here. Offensive Urn. Gonna try to walk himself out
Well,
of here.
he's actually cancelling the blink with the urn as well.
Yeah. He did.
Yeah.
Punch.
Jinx.
So does Venge punch, or does she throw?
It's a frisbee.
So she
It's
definitely
not a
throws it,
frisbee.
right?
It's a frisbee, dude.
Mid lane blink clap and Boogie's out of there. Stone.
Oh, but Matumba Man's spinning.
It's kind of hard to go on him, right? Ice Path, all just a tip. Okay, he's got 4 staff. It's fine.
I mean, he does have Sphere and Mask of Madness up, and he's working his way towards Ag, so I'm not entirely sure if it would have been Cloud9's best idea to try to chase him too much more than what they did. Plus, now the Witch Doctor
Oh my god,
even has
Matumba Man
Aghanims.
nearly has an Aghanims as well. This is huge. Like
Yeah?
level 11 ulti on Witch Doctor with Axe. Does some serious peeps. Well,
It depends. The Chrono has to get Envy.
they also have a lot of armor auras, like Andy was talking about. So, and the Witch Doctor ulti is physical damage.
I mean, sure, you can have all the armor in the world, the Witch Doctor ult is still gonna hurt.
Yeah, also
Yeah. The bigger concern for ASC is whether you could get the Witch Doctor ult channel.
the duration. Yeah.
Yeah, because the song is such an easy counter.
Well, they have like 2 Gil Scepters. They have a swap.
Yeah. Basically, you want a Chrono in between them and you. Here we go. Smoke Gang's gonna come out. Now they're just smoking to Roche. Like, this is something that could break the map completely open for ASC.
Oh, using the.
Yeah, they don't really need any help doing this with all this out.
Oh,
Looks like the
a
tier.
bit of a highlight dice go.
Did the stream actually see inside?
I think
I don't think
They're
it
not
did.
taking it, yeah.
Yeah. Well,
this is
too late
definitely
now.
Great for 4ASD.
So I guess you give it to Void, and that's gonna allow you to siege high ground
They
with
know. They know. Okay.
a lot of confidence.
Highlight that. He still has the gem. This
Oh
could be
no!
a
If he
huge
loses the
pickoff.
gem, yeah. Well,
Overgrowth's there.
they're gonna have to
Definitely
fight
want
this.
this gem.
The
Oh,
Chrono
Sphere.
just Bone 7. There's a song available, right?
the
There's a
Yule
Yule
Scepter.
Scepter, Bone 7. The Chrono's about to end. The self-Yule dodges Trixie's stun, and they're going to focus on Trixie. He's a very tanky target. Ice Path is going to miss. Meanwhile, there's another Cyclone on the back line.
TP
It's a
in on the
TP
Sphere.
in on the... Well, what a TP. They're going to focus on Boogie. Keep in mind, he does have the Death Ward. He can kind of channel it. The Coconut is bouncing left and right. He jukes
They
in the
still have
trees,
Ness.
and he'll TP out. The song will cancel the TP, but do they know that he's there? They know. They're going to focus on him. And the Death
Oh.
Ward, the Yule Scepter is going to de-engage,
Why?
and they'll focus him
I
down.
think we misclicked.
Nah, it's fine, I guess.
Yeah, it doesn't matter either way.
Yeah, Matumba Man trying to run away, and if he dies here, he's going to die a second time. Valix
Oh.
coming in here to help him out a little bit. The Cyclone on the Jakiro. Are they going to jump back in for this? Matumba Man likes to go ham.
He is.
Oh, no, he's stuck
God.
for a little bit too long here, and he's going to be dead. Well, here's the
gotta
thing,
eat
though. Chrono's back in 2 seconds. Do you think it's going to go?
Yeah, I do.
Fly, Matumba Man, fly.
Like, he's hesitating. All right, is Mask of Madness? All right, he's not going. I thought he would definitely go for that.
That team fight lasted so long that the Chrono cooldown for Magnums.
I'm actually really surprised he didn't. Maybe he just figured that like 29 iron on the brew was too much. Like maybe he just didn't think he could kill him.
Maybe.
I mean, he's pretty tanky. 1800
He even has.
health,
He
30
still has
armor.
his stout shield.
Yeah. Some serious damage reduction being had from this brew.
No, I think this game will be very difficult for ASC if the Brood is allowed to get to a Hex. Because suddenly, instead of just becoming like, oh, I blink in and ult and try to just cause havoc,
Yeah.
your Void could just get killed.
I don't think it's necessarily just about the brew either. I mean, Envy is eventually going to be a split-pushing monster, and it's going to be very difficult to track him down in of itself and just kill him to make sure that he's off the map. Trixie, looking for him right now, but Envy's got to end
Oh,
his room.
he took
He's
the
gonna-
just-
last.
just give him
he's
the
cancelling
Radiance Burn.
The blink dagger. But the force over.
That has got to be annoying. Just send Heraldies away. We'll be more than fine.
All right, from scale 1 to 10, how's Envy's illusion control have been, you guys?
I haven't really been paying much attention.
He's
Right
actually-
now, there's one that's just sitting there doing nothing, so I would say 2 out of Miracle.
2 out of Miracle.
Well, that's a
Yes.
pretty high scale, in fairness.
Yeah, but I mean, you don't know how high the scale goes. 2 could be out of 1,000,000.
Well, it goes to miracle, doesn't it? The scale.
Well, yeah, but Miracle's after 1,000,000.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Okay.
It just means that it's super big flame. Well, it's flame and it's not flame at the same time. Lumi would approve.
That's something like I would say, and I really don't know what it means.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's fine. I mean, sometimes you don't really need to send your illusions to 18 different places at once. You just need to prioritize like pushing out the lanes most of the time. And then if you have like an illusion left over, then you want to go and like push the, or not push, but farm the jungle, you know, farm the easy camps and stuff like that.
Okay, Diffusal. It's actually really good against 4 anchors. You can get rid of Center ulti, get rid of Treant Timer, Mask of Madness. There's a few things. It's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, it ain't bad.
And it's naturally good on Nagasiren because of the illusion damage.
Can you defusal yourself if you're entangled by
By
tree?
Yes,
Okay.
you can purge it.
I mean, obviously you have Manta and Mirror Illusions, but yeah.
just in case.
Just in case. But yeah, you can definitely purge that. It's always nice to have the Fusel Manta combo just for the sole reason of always being able to use your Fusel charges aggressively instead of having to save them for potentially like anything that could stop you, like you mentioned Overgrowth or silences, things like that. So it's always
mean-
nice.
There is going to be a scenario where somebody gets surrounded by Naga Illusions, and if they don't straight up die, they're out of mana. Which is a pretty big deal against heroes like Void and Centaur, who could re-engage with Hoof Stomp.
Yeah, that's true.
That's when you just like stop fighting. Just don't get mana burned. Mana burn's spooky.
Don't get mana burned.
That sounds almost as pro as Bruno's tip earlier.
What was it?
Bruno's tip?
It's like, tell your supports don't get ganked by Matumba Man.
Don't get. I mean, to be fair, that was pretty sound advice. The guy loves finding solo kills.
Almost as good as don't get killed.
Oh.
All right, Fada's dead.
Dead.
It's actually very tanky. Can you get off the split?
Oh my god. No, they timed it really well. Well done.
If that wasn't an Accept or Chrono, he could have.
Yeah, that's actually true.
So
I wonder if he actually goes for like a pure damage item next, or if he finishes Mjolnir on Void.
I think you need damage like that. Without Witch Doctor there, there's no way he's killing Fata. Like
Yeah,
not
that's
a
probably
dream.
true. I think MKB almost would be like a really good choice.
Because of the high armor.
Yeah, and I don't really think he needs BKB. Because, I mean, they have what? Ice Path and
Like 2 Yule
VS
Scepters.
stun? Yeah, but the Eula Scepters I don't really think are
In the last Chronosphere,
that
they used
important.
them.
Yeah,
Dire's structures are fortified.
I don't know. I feel like if he buys BKB, his damage will actually just be weak for a very long time.
They also have Net as well.
Yeah.
I agree. I mean, if you just get Drunken Haste, then you need something like MKB to.
You just punch him, you know? You punch through the booze.
The damage from MKB is actually magical, so even though Brew and they have AC and Vlads, it doesn't actually matter.
Yeah.
The proc damage, whatever it's called.
I wonder if Envy's saving that energy booster for anything in particular.
Bloodstone.
Or is he just doing it to make us wonder?
No, he's just keeping it. He bought it. He's like, oh, I'm not selling this.
I don't know how to sell it yet.
Do you sell the bottle or the energy booster first?
I'd sell the energy booster, I guess.
Just because of runes?
Yeah, I think runes are still pretty solid to have.
I saw Energy Booster as well. I wonder if Twitch chat is going like, this game so interest, and then Resonant Sleeper.
Resident
This game's
Sleeper.
so interest. But I mean, to be fair, it's a pretty important game for 4ESC. I want to say it's their last game of the group stages, correct?
It is, yeah.
I'm
So-
actually glad they try something different, right?
Yeah,
Reflected him, like.
Yeah, the evolving strategy for me was really exciting because even though Void might not be like a fun hero in of itself, it shows that they understand like the weaknesses of the drafts that they had been picking, especially against EG,
Yeah.
and that they need to try to make some kind of a change to ensure that
Ooh.
they can make it in a bigger stage. So
Can Envy see that illusion rune? Whenever I play a Radiance hero, I
Oh, he
actually-
sees it.
I drool when I see an illusion rune. It's like, the map is mine.
I mean, when you mirror image and pop illusion runes, you actually just get like 5 illusions. You can farm the woods in 2 different places and all 3 lanes at the same time.
Yeah.
So strong.
Shiva's guard finished on Fata now. He is 45 armor.
Come at me.
Yeah, 45.
I mean, if he gets like a BKB or an Ags, I don't think he can die really.
Or even just a heart. Because they don't... Like, what does BKB block?
Well, the BKB blocks Maldict, which actually kills Heart Heroes pretty quickly. You can BKB out of Overgrowth, or I guess you could just split out of Overgrowth
Yeah.
too. And then you can...
I think you'll last
BKB 's
through
not
most
that
of the damage, like.
Yeah, you're probably right actually.
What do you guys feel about 4AFC's lack of aggression for the past 5 minutes or so?
I think it's fine. They have a Void, like, super...
I think Void gets out carried this game.
You can
Vengeance, great late game.
if you get out split pushed, but like, if it
I
comes...
think like Cloud9 have play if it goes late,
Yeah.
right?
Also, you think they have a better lay as well?
Towards top lane, they want to try to find something. Here going with
Nice
the Ice
forest
Path
stuff.
and the Macro Pyre. Jarek's going to get forced out of it. The swap from
That's the
Pylon
gem.
Die. Jarek's hitting an Overgrowth on 2, going to end up dropping here to the briefcase. Gem on deck. Aoi
Trixie.
probably going to be picking it up here. Earth Splitter comes out. He's going to be in some trouble now as well. No ulti to get himself out of this one. Stomp going to be off the mark, and it looks like 4ES here is going to give up 2.
Oh, no.
Meanwhile, in the split-to-split screen on the bottom lane, looks like Cloud9 wants to engage a little bit more. Fata goes spin. He's got half health. Immediate split is going to get used. Matumbleman's going to jump away from Valix. He's going to just TP out. TP gets cancelled. Focusing on Valix, but he's way too fast. Envy gets like...
He's leaving him for
he's just
Bone
like,
Seven.
the juke was not good, I guess. And he's going to delay this kill a little bit. Meanwhile,
Matumbaman's still
Matumbaman,
getting kiting around.
they just want like all the heroes, and in the fact they will get all the heroes.
Holy crap. So you were just saying Cloud9 need to outplay them?
They need to go for the outplay, and they did.
Yeah. Jeez.
I mean, the Spheres have to get a lot done, basically, right now on the side of 4ESC, because the Void still doesn't have enough items to just be able to do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
And honestly, like, Envy is just flat out farming at this rate. He has almost double the CS in Mutumba right now. And I think that 4ESC, while playing passive, might favor them in the ultra late game. You're not going to keep up with the pace of a Naga Siren with the items that he has.
Nobody
right?
can, yeah.
So you have to assume that Envy's item progression is going to be more threatening than yours for a certain stage of the game, and adjust accordingly, which Cloud9, I think, have done a better job adjusting to this game than 4ESC have. I still feel like 4ESC's draft is better than it was in the previous game, because the Cloud9 are obviously, I think, very used to playing this mid-late game oriented
Yeah.
style.
They have the high ground defense, though. Like Chronosphere, Treant, Death Prophet, Bush Doctor. It's a serious high ground defense.
Are you guys impressed or not impressed with this Treant pick and its performance this game?
Well, he got 2 kills, like super early within the first, say, 5 minutes, I want to
Yeah.
say. And then
I think it's done a little. I think there's something to be said for being able to just overgrowth panda split and stuff like that, which is really nice.
They also kept all their towers for quite a long time.
Yeah.
They really did. Like there was about 20 odd minutes there where they didn't lose the tower, and then against a Jakiro, like
I think he basically served his purpose, like what he was supposed to do. Like keep a decent amount of map control for the team, armor people, help win lanes,
holy
get
shit.
a couple of kills. That's a Hex.
That's a
Blink Hex Yules Jakiro.
Kill him, Envy says.
Penalty. Trixie's out of here. He does not want any part of this anymore. He's just doing whatever. Now he's out.
Okay. This is kind of different than what we like. 1-7 usually goes Veil after Blink, but I guess they think they need the lockdown for Void.
Yeah, Hex for Void is really nice. Oh, top lane.
Okay.
They're going to be jumping again here. I do not think Tree is going to be able to make it out of this one. He gets swapped back in. He's still got armor on, but ends up dropping to Bone 7.
Oh, God,
Now,
they're not
they want to
stopping.
keep going. Envy, he's got Song. He's going to pop it. Here comes the Earth Splitter.
The
Can they
combo
line it up on
attack.
2? Oh, it's actually only going for the Centaur. This is going to kill Trixie instead, and he is just dead.
Where's the Void?
He is farming middle lane right now.
He has TP cancel.
Oh, his TP's on cooldown for 50 seconds.
Yeah, the Death Prophet canceled it. Did it, Bruno?
Yeah. I guess he just misclicked. I heard somebody saying TP cancel. They gotta go back and defend.
Look how fast they're gonna push with all these illusions from.
Oh my goodness. They have AC with the minus
He still
armor.
hasn't-
Is their base
Oh.
just dead right now?
Their
Yeah.
base is just dead.
I think they get 2 lanes of racks.
They're gonna go bottom, just skipping everything. Look at this.
See, I'm not the only one breaking the stage.
I did it earlier too. It's fine.
Like, it's very easy for your foot to
Thought they're
get caught
just
in there, actually.
smacking the base.
I don't think they can decide between if they want to actually go for Rex or if they want to go for Throne. They're still hitting the Rax, so Pilot Eye going to be dropping here to Exorcism. Looks like the rest of Cloud9 are just trying to buy space for Envy to kill the Rax. There's another gem
Here
on deck.
comes the Void. Chrono, it's gonna only get 2. Song is gonna be there. No BKB on Matumba Man. In fact, the Panda ult's gonna come through. Are they gonna focus
Ice
on
Path?
Matumba Man? Do they want to fight
They
this?
have Hex up as well.
All right, they do. They will use the Hex. Matumba Man loses so much health.
Elder Titan.
He has no armor at all, and they're gonna take the Rax.
Well, that escalated pretty quickly.
Yeah, it did.
Well, our
Fata-
tree just went in,
Holy crap.
and suddenly things are not looking so good. Witch Doctor Ward going to be used here. Fata not really taking a whole lot of damage from it, though. He doesn't care.
Dude, he's just
He
like
literally
walking
is.
under the death ward.
Look at Pookie's dead.
45 armor confirmed to be good enough.
46. There was that extra
He's got
point,
cheese.
Lumi.
Cheese back to full health.
Holy
Trixie
crap.
now in trouble. Home in trouble. It's not great. 3 members of 4SC dead. The only person with buyback right now is Void.
I just heard Trixie call GG out loud.
Oh, Hex. I believe this could be the beginning. I believe this could be the beginning of the end here for ASC.
I just heard Envy screaming, I don't want to leave, I don't want to leave.
I don't want to win.
For the game to be over.
Look at that illusion rune up top as well. You got 35 seconds, Envy. It's actually hilarious.
Sometimes I just
I wish
we
people could actually hear
Yeah,
what
yeah.
they say. It's pretty funny, actually.
Meanwhile, Pilot dies in the enemy base, just hanging out.
Like that should have been what they did at TI, right? Like instead of having it so they record like the strategy discussion,
Yeah.
they have like the random stuff.
Honestly, they'll have to edit it.
Yeah, but it's just
Yeah.
like the funny things that were
Yeah.
said, you know? Just have like a blooper reel or something.
Yeah, that'd be hilarious.
You might have to censor some stuff, but it would still
like
be funny.
80% of it.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe 80%.
Oh,
Okay, so-
the GG rune.
We're counting out Finstack. Are they actually done?
Well, we have to
Is there
compare,
any
like-
chance of them coming back?
The Void's item progression was pretty solid until, like, Envy had actually Butterfly and Heart out of his inventory, and the Void still had the same items. So now Envy has, what, 11,000 extra gold in his inventory, and the Void hasn't completed another item.
If the Witch
So-
Doctor was level 16 with a BKB, I'd say there's hope. You know, because they need that damage in the Chronosphere.
I don't know. Fada tanked it.
The whole thing, yeah.
I just think that they didn't really do enough with their Death Prophet, you know?
They, like, against Naga with 2 lanes down, She can sit like 50 million miles away and just send in illusions one after the other.
Let's go Alliance style. Oh, they pop center ulti here. They want to try to go on Envy, but they're not going to be able to get him here. Trixie's just going to end up getting Hex. There's already 2 dead. Utama Man didn't get a single ability off. His sphere was never used. Trixie going to be
there it
dropping
is.
next, and Jerax calls the GG. Looks like Cloud9, she recalled it, and
GG,
Ruby
boys.
as well. The right-hand side of the desk is apparently the right
Superior side.
the correct side. I don't know what to call it. But either way, Cloud9 come out victorious. Very impressive performance, especially in the second game. For a while there, it looked like 4ASC had a pretty firm grasp on what was going on, and then after that, it was just like, okay, well, all of a sudden, Envy has a butterfly. One team fight later, Envy has a heart. And then game was tough.
Thought they rotated pretty well on the Brewmaster as well, in fairness.
Yeah, it's very true.
It was very fun to indeed just sit there and basically listen to what Cloud9 were saying. Like, maybe not even... Yeah. And then Paolo saying, you think I actually was going to do that? Making fun of it, making jokes of it. It's actually, it's a lot of fun to see the players play like this. And yeah, you know, obviously 4ASC is loud as well, but because
Well
they're
played.
talking Spanish, not Spanish, Finnish. God.
No, Shane's mic is on, and he needs
Shane-
to remember to mute it since he's
Yeah.
not on stage
Okay,
anymore.
so Shane, all right, so now my mic sounds like it's on, and
Yes.
hopefully Shane's is off. So I know it's
Yeah.
difficult, you know, we boldies get confused with one another, but
Yeah.
Shane is one person and I'm another. Go on. So there you go. They're still talking.
Of course.
Well, I mean, we're talking too.
That's true.
I mean, maybe, like, obviously they won, but maybe they were talking so loud because there were some miscommunications in the game, because sometimes they did talk over
No,
each other.
they just...
They're like that. They're,
okay.
they're a very vocal team.
The
I
way
think
the
it's
team
good.
communicates is whoever yells loudest
Wins.
and most confidently gets to make the call.
I
Don't
think that's a
forget
good way to do it.
vulgarities, right?
And vulgarities.
And some vulgarities, as you
Yes.
put it. You sound like a 50-year-old man.
Maybe I am
Maybe.
on the inside.
Well, I would just want to say, I mean, for ASC, they might not have taken a game. This was actually, of course, they have like now, what is it, 6 losses? Or maybe this was
I think-
7 losses? Or this is,
Are they 7-7 or are they
They're
8-6? I don't know. Do we have a standings?
we have the standings, I think,
It
somewhere.
may not be updated yet.
But the point I was going to make was this is the first series that they lost 2-0. All the other losses they have, they only got like from a 1-1.
Yes. Yes.
And this is like convincing
Yes.
loses. Like it
Yes.
wasn't like they
Loses?
losses.
Okay. I mean, that second game looked pretty close for a while. If you look at the graphics like that, and then all of a sudden it was like. So what happened at this point?
There's just a couple of engagements where, like, Cloud9 are an extremely experienced mid-late game team. Like, I'd say that's probably the best aspect of their team. And even though on paper, like, teams with Void and Death Prophet are still really scary in the late game mark, I just think they're better decision makers, like, than 4SC are. And I mean, it's to be expected, right? Because they're still a pretty new team.
Right.
And really the only 2 really experienced players, Jerax played competitively before, and Trixie obviously had been on Fnatic for
Right.
ages. And they're, like, really the only 2, I think, who have really been in situations like that a multitude of times. And it just seems like Cloud9 were really able to pick them apart and just played better.
It's interesting because in some of the earlier stages we saw where MVP got into those late game positions and
Yeah.
they themselves were saying that's where we lack experience. Do you think it's because when you're a newer team or you've got players who are perhaps not as experienced, you either win a game convincingly in short amount of time or you get rolled so quickly that you don't get to those late game periods and have to go through that, okay, if we make a mistake now we lose and everybody's got loads of fun and we have to be perfect. What is it?
I mean, it could be a little bit of that. I think it's just the nature of the beast, though, is that late game is so volatile that, especially in 6.82, like you make even 1 or 2 mistakes and then it's just donezo.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay, well, we have, of course, got a winners bracket interview, or winners team interview. Bruno sitting on a couch together with Waga and AY2000.
Thank you very much, Shiger. And Shiger. Shiger. It's a new person, yeah.
It's a combination, though.
Shiger's sister.
Yeah.
Yeah, Shiger. I'm here with Awi. How's it going, man?
Good, I guess.
Congratulations on your first win on your first match of the tournament. That was the last match, actually, for ASC. And your first...
They're done for the
Yeah, they're
tournament?
done.
Oh, that's fast.
Well, they kind of came on Monday. You're like lazy
Yeah.
people that just
They
like
came late.
come by the end of the tournament,
That's
you
us.
know?
And you were the first team that also 2-0 them, by the way. No other team did that.
Yeah.
So
That's cool.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's up for a good start. And I want to start by the end because without going into details, just as soon as the match finished, you guys were like very critical of each other in terms of like the mistakes you did, even though you won? Is that something that common? Like normally after matches you go and like analyze mistakes?
I don't think it's usually like that. I think usually we're more constructive than that. I think today, I don't think. Well, personally, I know I'm not playing well today. I don't think we won, but the games should have been way more smooth. I think we completely outdrafted on both games, and like from our point of view, like we had to wait way too long in order to do stuff. We didn't take opportunities that we knew we had. Like, we had a Panda Aegis, nothing happened. Like it's hard to be happy when you win if you play bad for us.
Right. Is that something that is a communication thing, you think, or is just like play, just not having a good day?
I think it's a combination between not having a good day and like the monitors are sort of like we're a team that's really whiny because small things affect us a lot, and like we have a really fragile mentality, I think, as a team, and maybe that's why we're like Cloud9 throw a lot or something. But if things aren't what we're used to, we sort of play worse, and the monitor's a bit different, the set's a bit different than we used to. We haven't played on these computers yet. I think it'll get better as we go into our next match and for the rest of the tournament.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, and you are, for people that are watching, or maybe tune out, they don't know the schedule, you're going to play MVP right after this, but before that, they're going to take a food break. I do want to ask you about two other things. First of all, like showing something like the guys, you beat them 2-0, you were the first one to beat 2-0, and in other matches, they showed some very impressive stuff, some of the players. Think of something like, is there something good that you want to highlight out of 4ASC that comes to mind about the way they play or the way they do stuff?
They're definitely good at like sort of not showing on the map and sort of forcing us, even if we should be farming way more than them, to only be farming a little bit more. I think the draft was just too different. Like, if a game's really stompy, it basically means one team outdrafted our team because skill-wise, teams are pretty relatively even right now. Like, everyone's really good at Dota. You know, top like maybe like even 16 teams in the world. So when it's like that, it's sort of hard for them to show what they're good at.
That's cool. That's actually good insight. Yeah. And yeah, like besides the match, because you're gonna like focus now on MVP, I do want to talk about you started a YouTube series recently, analyzing replays.
Yeah.
And tell me a little bit, like if I send you a replay of mine, like would you analyze? I think Pyrion wants to send a replay.
Is he 4K?
Are you 4K, Pyrion?
Okay, we can make an exception here, maybe. I have to get through all the people who voted for me in Summit.
Here's the thing. Like, yeah, that's true, right? So
which is a lot.
I want to like I will say that I will vouch for one of his replays where he actually played like a 4K player instead of a 3.2, and then you analyze that replay. Does that sound good?
That sounds good.
Excellent. Where can people find your YouTube videos, by the way?
My YouTube channel is www.youtube.com/user/CurtisSling. It's an old YouTube channel, so I just use my name. I don't know how to change it. And I'm also thinking of like starting another little, it's not really a blog, it's more like a rant thing. And then
Rant Boys?
Yeah, like a rant voice thing. But I asked my girlfriend to come up with a name, and she came up with like AUIs_2 cents. I thought that was pretty cute. It's pretty good.
I like that.
So I'm gonna make mine. My first one's gonna be on like pub mentality, because I think people approach Dota really badly in pubs. Yeah.
Okay, that's good. And of course on Twitter they can find you at @AOE_2000.
Yeah.
Is that it? Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And Twitch you stream, and are you streaming?
Also,
yeah, you're back streaming, right?
Yeah, I am. Conrad actually managed to fix my internet problems.
Nice.
Like the only reason I didn't stream is because I thought it was my internet, and I couldn't stream because I had like a lot of delay. But really, apparently my computer's just not good enough. So I was streaming at 2 FPS, and he fixed it, and streaming's pretty good.
Excellent. You can watch this stream. And for now, we're going into a break. These guys are going to get some food, and when we come back, we will have amazing games. It's going to be C9 versus MVP. See you in a while.